Hello everyone, I am so happy to be back here making content on the channel, and today I want to talk about some of my 2021 predictions. So obviously these are just things that I think might happen in 2021, so please don't freak out or take anything too seriously. I know that some people have been sharing things that kind of freak other people out, and that's not my intention. Although some of the things I say might freak you out, that's not my intention, so please don't freak out. This is just an educated guess, not a sure fact. So first and foremost, I do think that, knock on wood, COVID-19 will be dissipating in this year close to summer. They expected COVID to lower in cases around the summer anyway, because naturally when it's hotter, less germs survive. So I guess they thought that it would dissipate more in the summer months before it got cold again in the fall and the winter, but that didn't happen. But I think around this time, now that we have some people vaccinated, I do think that less people will have the virus and we might be able to get back to some sense of normalcy like we had before. I do think masks are still going to be appropriate for a little while longer, but I really hope that we get back to normal sooner than we think. In light of COVID-19, I do think that there will be some changes in the workplace. For a long time, I think that millennials and Gen Z have been hoping for some managerial changes within their company to kind of address lifestyle needs. And some of those things include just flexibility in schedule, ability to work from home, ability to be in a different, unique setting to work. And I think that a lot of managers are going to start seeing that as a benefit to their company, not only cost-wise, because people won't be running up electricity bills inside the office or other bills. I think this also has shown that having flexibility really does improve your employees' well-beings. They feel a lot more appreciated by the company, knowing that the company will allow them to take the time they need for sickness or for their family. So I really hope that companies continue on the streak of changing their managerial styles in order to address the issues that their workers might run into. So next week is the presidential inauguration, and I do think that there are going to be continued riots, maybe at the beginning of this week, unfortunately maybe even on MLK Day, which would be awful. But I could see that happening based off of what we've seen at the Capitol a couple of weeks ago. I do think that if you can stay away from Washington, D.C. and major cities, that might be a good idea. Just stay away from the violence. It's not our fight. Democracy has spoken, and we have a new president who's going to be installed and a new vice president on the 20th. And people are still not comfortable with accepting that loss yet. So I do really hope that everyone who lives in a city is safe. They're locking down cities. There's curfews, there's different things that people are doing just to make sure that there's not a lot of civil unrest. So I really hope that everyone stays safe, and I do think that this is going to be something that we see, unfortunately. On the side of ads, I do think that people are kind of becoming numb to them, much like they did in print form, in newspapers and magazines. I do think that video ads still have a lot of merit and that they do make people think about certain products, but I think at the end of the day, a lot of people tune them out, myself included. If an ad comes on, I go on my phone and I do something on my phone until the ad is over, or I just literally tone it, block it out until the 3 seconds are up until I can skip the ad. So I do think that marketers are going to be faced with a challenge of trying to figure out how to really market again with video very quickly, with a lot of interest behind it, because I think if they don't do that, then they're going to be in trouble. 5 beauty guru scandals, probably 3 of which will be between Jeffree Star or James Charles, coming up this next year. They have been embroiled in scandal, all of them, and it's just not going to be surprising if something new comes up. There's already stuff coming up now about Jeffree Star and Trisha Paytas and one of Jeffree's employees, and it's just started, so that's one in the bucket, I guess. I definitely see this happening with the beauty guru community again. I don't think they're going to learn their lesson. I think they're going to continue to get involved in drama that makes no sense to literally anyone. I am really hoping that 2021 is the year where body positivity makes more of an impact. I think that we're on track, really. I know that we're not there yet, and I know there's a lot to do, but I think we're closer to being on track with equality and equity when it comes to races. But I do think that the plus size movement will have a revitalization this year. I think more companies are going to realize that most of the people in the US are not super skinny and that they need to find that niche and build clothing for that niche. So I do think that there's going to be kind of a plus size revolution now that we've got a different person in office who's there to handle the racial equity issues. And I do know that there has been some contention with that, and I think that there was a meeting he had with some Black leaders that did not go well. And I'm not saying by any means that this issue is going to be solved, especially not in the hearts of the people of the country, but I do think that we're on a better track than we were for the last 4 years on addressing some of these racial disparity issues. As a Christian, I think we're going to see a major shift in the Christian church because a lot of Christians unfortunately put their faith in a politician instead of in Jesus Christ. I think there are a number of Christians who don't support Trump, to be frank and say the name. I don't. I believe that we're supposed to love one another, and he hasn't really been very loving. I do hope that this year we're going to have a lot more time to spend with family, go traveling. There's obviously going to be an economic boom if we can do that in travel sectors like airplanes, hotels, different sectors like that. There's going to be a higher boom in that economic area because we can go and do that. More people feel more comfortable doing that. Which will be great for countries that rely a lot on tourism for their money. And there are a lot of countries like that. And so that will be really fantastic if this pandemic does dwindle down and we can finally go out and visit family and friends. We can finally honor the people who we lost, who we were unable to honor in a proper way. I know a lot of people did that. We can just do a lot that we weren't able to do in this last year. And so I'm really looking forward to that opportunity myself, hopefully getting out, being able to travel, being able to go see my family more and go to family functions. I'm just looking forward to that, and I hope you guys are too. So I know this video wasn't like a super interesting one, but I really hope that you guys like my predictions, and I will talk to you guys in my next video next Saturday. Thanks guys, bye.